Hello! Howdy, hello, friends. Hello, stream. Hello, stream chat. Welcome to Monday stream. Yay! Hi, everybody. What the heck is up? Welcome to Art Stream. Welcome to Art Stream Monday. I'm trying to hydrate because my mouth is dry. But I put too much flavoring in my water, and it's doing the opposite of helping. Jay's only marginally here? Okay, I guess that means we can only marginally make fun of him then. Just saying. Too much flavor blasting. Yeah, I flavor blasted too hard! Now my water's too flavorful. It's doing the opposite. But anyways, hi everybody! It is art stream time. We are drawing Castoff pages today. I was running a little bit behind on sketching these pages today because I realized that I only had one more page of thumbnails. I was like, beans, I gotta draw more thumbnails, which involves doing more, like, 3D sets for the next few pages, because the next scene is only 2 pages, and I was like, well, I could go ahead and try and sketch those anyway. But it just took a little too long, and then my iPad died, so I had to leave it on the charger for a while. But I got enough done that we can ink on stream. So that's good. Ariana, why do I feel like your eye is weirdly lopsided? Probably because it is a little bit. Bleh. Yeah, had both a simultaneously eventful and uneventful day. Mostly stayed in my house and drew, as one does. But we had some shenanigans happen on the Discord earlier. Of course they happened when I wasn't at my computer. For like, I was away from my desk, away from like, you know, consistent internet for like 30 minutes to go to the post office and do stuff like an adult with a job. I had to go to the post office and drop off all the packages I packed yesterday. And apparently while I was gone, we had a Discord invasion. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ! But luckily, I have a good squad of mods, apparently, who took care of it before I even got back. And I'm like, thank God. Lost internet for 18 hours on Thursday? Well, that's silly. Why'd you go and do that? Why'd you go and do that? I just went to the post office. I had errands to run. I could have checked my phone, I just didn't. If I'm away from the internet for longer than 8 hours, I lose my chronically online badge. I can't be an influencer if I'm not on the internet. Ugh. Sam, I took out my internet cable? Ah, jeez Louise. Yeah, so now we're all just like I just keep thinking, I want to add more security to my Discord, but at the same time, a lot of the security measures I could add would also kind of gatekeep, you know, actual people who want to join the server in good faith, and I'm like, oh god. Why can't people just be normal? Why can't people just be normal? Yeah, Jay, you gotta hook me up with your frickin' bot. Yeah, the rule for the Discord is if you join, you have to be normal. I will set you on fire with my mind. Because someone who was in there causing a fucking scene today joined from one of my previous streams, and I'm like, If you're not normal, I will set you on fire. But other than that, being normal means, you know, not posting a bunch of fucking spam and slurs in the chat. And just not being a fucking antisocial dingus and causing problems on purpose. That's what being normal means. Yesterday, she decided to redo all the What's Left of Us thumbnails, and they were so bad that she... You think they're not bad? How dare you? I'll make them worse. I'll just... I won't delete all the VODs, but I'll include a lot... I'll change the titles of all the VODs to be like, hey! She just yells, En Fuego, and I light up, yeah. It's my superpower. I meant the old ones were bad. Oh, okay. The old ones weren't bad, they were just a little plain because they were all the same. And you know, we have this beautiful character art. We gotta use it. But yeah, I did redo all of the thumbnails for our What's Left of Us show last night in just a fit of rage. Not rage, but... Raving about your new ones all night. Rose is happy you used her art still. She wants to redo them because she's better now. Did you see the thing she sent you? Yes, I did, and then I forgot to respond to it for a day and a half, but I messaged her back right before I started the stream, because I was like, I feel like there's a DM that I forgot to respond to. Yes, there was! That's what happens all the time, is I'm so bad at remembering to DM people back. If you ever DM me about something and I don't get back to you for like a couple days, if it's urgent, just fucking don't be afraid to ping me again. It's the ADHD brain. I'm just gonna blame it on that. I think in that particular one, it's like the first thing I saw when I woke up, and then by the time I, you know, woke up, fed the cats, did all my morning routine, it was then no longer on the forefront of my brain, and I was like, well, time to do other shit for the rest of the day, while having this nagging feeling that I forgot something. It's like, it would be a lot better if I could just make myself get in the habit of, you know, responding to shit as soon as I see it. But for some reason, that is my biggest issue, is I can't make myself respond to things immediately 99% of the time. I don't know what it is. Ugh. That and the object permanence are like the biggest reasons I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. It's like I can't do anything immediately unless it's very, very interesting to me. And it's often why, like, if I don't have something to say, I'll just send people emojis back because it's easier than typing up a whole message, and I know that I can commit to actually doing it. Neurodivergency, and we embrace that here. I don't embrace not emailing people back in a timely manner. Because I hate it when people... I'm such a fucking hypocrite, right? It's like, I hate it when people do that to me, but I do it to other people all the time just because I legit, like, forget. And sometimes I even, like, I wait too long, and then I'm like, well, it's been too long, I can't respond to that message anymore. And it's like, stop it! Why am I have to whack myself in the head with a hammer to get myself to stop doing that? Is the hammer ADHD medicine? I don't fucking know. Embrace is a normal kind of challenge a person can have, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, sure. It pisses my mom off, though. She's like, why can't you just respond to things in a timely manner? And I'm like, I don't know! It got me in some trouble last year because one of my aunts texted me about something that she was getting my mom for Christmas. And it wasn't even like an urgent response. It's not like she was texting me to be like, hey, I need your address so I can have something mailed to your house or something like that. Because, you know, if it was like super important, needs a response right away, I'll respond to it right away. But this was not that. And so I was in the middle of something, and it was like right after my dog passed away, and I was real fucking depressed, and I just like didn't really want to talk to anybody, and I was like, okay, I'll respond to this later. And I didn't respond to her for a couple hours, and she apparently got really upset, and then the next thing I know, my mom's like hounding me. She's like, why didn't you respond to your aunt's text? And I'm like, Mom, what the hell? Why are the boomers the worst about like demanding reactions immediately? It's like, if you send me my thing with text communication is, if it's urgent and I have your phone number, I will just call you. Because, like, and I told my mom this, and we've gotten better about it recently. It's like, hey, listen, if it's urgent and you need a reply right away, just call me. Because for me, if I text somebody, it's like, listen, respond. I kind of like imagine it as being, hey, respond back to me when you can, but this is not, if it's urgent, I'll call them. And so it was just like, that was the whole drama that happened last year that did not need to be one, and I'm like, alright. Yeah, different expectations from different generations, but it just came out in full force that day. So now my mom calls me like every other day, just for like 5-minute phone calls of like, hey, this is a thing that happened. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I love my mom. I do genuinely get along very well with her. We hang out a lot because I live like reasonably close to my parents. And so my mom and I hang out all the time. But that was like a whole thing where we had to kind of like meet in the middle in terms of like what we do communications wise, and that was like the point where I kind of put my foot down. I'm like, look, if you need an immediate response from me, just fucking call me. Otherwise, it's like, if it's a text, don't expect a response right away, because that's just how my brain works. And she was grumpy, but she conceded. Horace Adoris, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. Appreciate the rhyming username. Yeah, it's a Frankie. He's my son. He's doing a little thumbs up. He is like, yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. So for those who didn't see it, I posted a thing on Twitter the other day. There was like a little chibi drawing of my little avatar just holding a bunch of Castoff plushie chibis. Because I needed it for, like, I'll go ahead and tell you guys what it's for. I just didn't want to say it on Twitter. But stream folks can know what it was for. It's for my announcement for the Tapas Early Access program. That's going to be happening pretty soon. And so that's part of the announcement episode. I just ended it with a little thing. The alert hasn't gone off yet, and it's gonna jump scare me. But James Curry, thank you for the super chat. I love your content and appreciate your streams. I watch them a lot, and they motivate me to keep drawing on. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep drawing on yourself if you draw. Whatever you do, stay motivated. Do the thing. I'm waiting for the alert to pop up and jump scare me, though. Any second now. Any frickin' second now. Where's the alert, Stream Elements? Or Streamlabs, or whatever the hell I use it. There it is! It's so delayed! Why is it so delayed? Anyway, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna pop up when I least expect it. Didn't mean to scare you. No, it's just a quirk with the super chats. They take a long time to show up on the stream for whatever reason. Not your fault. Streamlabs' fault. My kingdom for a chat alert thing that will actually, you know, show super chats within 10 seconds of them actually, you know, happening. I was waiting for you to forget about it. Nah. It's like, I know it's gonna happen. The question is when. What the fuck was I talking about before this? Oh yeah! So I'm gonna be... Castoff is gonna start doing early access stuff on Tappa soon, and so I drew that little drawing of myself with a bunch of Castoff chibi, like, little plushies. That's just a little thing for the episode. You guys will be able to see it in a couple weeks. When the launch actually happens. I forgot the exact date, but I've got it written down on my calendar. But anyway, and so many people, like a handful of people, and more people than I expected were like, oh my god, I would totally buy Castoff plushies. And I was like, you guys can't just say that, because now I want to make them. Now I want to make little Castoff plushies. So my problem with just inundating y'all with all of the Castoff merch that I want to make is that I'm not super confident that my original character stuff will sell very well. Like, I know that my normal user base would buy them, obviously, but it's just like, you know, plushies especially cost a lot of money to produce, and there's usually a pretty high minimum order quantity. Even for stuff like Makeship, I think you have to sell like 200 of them or else they won't make them at all. And like, I don't know if 200 people would buy a little Vector plushie or a little Ariana plushie. It's like, as much as I would, like, kill a man to make them, I still have to worry about, like, you know, budgeting and making sure that the demand is high enough to offset the cost of production and all that shit. It's just like, if it was not an issue, I would just make all the Castoff merch of my dreams for my, like, pretty small audience. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not quite sure that my audience is big enough to justify it, is the problem. And I mean, I sell a decent amount of, like, my little Castoff, like, you know, acrylic keychains and stickers and stuff. But it's difficult for original characters. It's always going to be difficult for original characters. If they didn't sell, imagine the amount of plushies you could cuddle. Ugh, God, or I just bury myself in a pile of them. There actually do exist Castoff plushies. There are exactly 3, like, little Vector plushies that I hand-sewed myself. They're just little pillow plushies. I bought them as a test. I bought the material for them and I sewed them myself. One of them I have, and I sold the other 2. So there are 2 people out in the world with, like, the most exclusive Castoff merch. They're like little Vector pillows that I made several years ago. And I'm not planning on making more exactly like that. It used the same art as the acrylic keychains. I ended up making 3 because that's how many I could fit on a fat quarter of fabric, which is where I bought the custom fabric from. This was back when I like hand sewed all my plushies before I started outsourcing them. And I was like, you know what? Sure, fuck it. I'll buy enough to make one for me and then maybe have like a couple of extras. And then eventually the 2 extras sold. And I'm not planning on making any more of those, so there are 2 extremely powerful, extremely rare Vector plushies floating around in the ether right now. Or just becomes Scrooge McDuck and makes little plushie angels in all of her excess. Oh my goodness. They would get dirty so fast, though. If you put them on the ground, they're gonna get covered in cat hair, because I got kitties. Yeah, my goal is that one day, maybe, my comic will be, like, very popular. You know, popular enough that I could just make a whole bunch of Castoff merch and people would buy it all over the place. And I would make all the merch that I ever wanted. But for right now, we're not quite there yet. Anyway, read my webcomic. You're really talented. Oh, thank you! Here, I'll go ahead and show you guys a little picture if you want. It's in here. Look. Look at the little buddies! Tell me you wouldn't snuggle these! Tell me you would not snuggle these! I want a little Vector and I want to give him a hug. Tell me you wouldn't hug this baby. Look at him. I like Zara. He's just like contemplating life over here in the corner. He's my favorite. He's just a little guy. And Frankie's just like, I'm okay with being a marketable plushie, actually. And Vector's just like, no, don't turn me into a marketable plushie. No. And Frankie's like, I'm okay with being a marketable plushie, actually. This is fine. I would love Castoff plushies in the style of the little Trigun plushie that I keep seeing pictures of all over Tumblr. They're making a little Vash the Stampede, like Trigun Stampede little plushie, and he's... Guys, he's just a little guy. It's so... The proportions are so perfect. Have you guys seen... Hang on. I have to show you guys. Yes! Look at this little man! Look at him! Hang on, I'm copy pasting it onto my document. Look at him! He's just a little guy! I would kill a man for a Vector in this style. He's just a little guy! I want to just grab him in my fist and squeeze him. I just want to grab him like this and just fucking squeeze him. Look at him. Look at him. So yes, Castoff plushies in this style exactly. I love it. I love it. I love him. He's perfect. Like a little stress toy. Exactly! He's a little scoosh ball. I want to just squeeze him. Just grab him in my fucking fist. Like the gif of that, like the giant dog, like the cartoon, who's like just holding the itty bitty little like black and white kitten. That's me with this plushie exactly. I just grab him. Oh god damn it! I have to delete this layer though because I'm drawing on the wrong layer now. But yes, Castoff plushies in that style, please and thank you. Because, oh my god. But yeah, on the topic of original character merch, I would love to just, like, have a squadron of merch of my, like, just all my tiefling characters that I've made. Just, like, all of them. Like, I want, like, little mini, like, 4-inch acrylic standees. Like, cute little chibi standees of all my D&D tieflings. Yeah, a little tiefling army. I want an Emory one to, like, sit on my desk and look grumpy. And I want a Rarity one. She barely exists, but I love her. And a Zephyr one, even though he's cringe. It's just getting other people to care about original merch is the trickiest part. Because, like, you know, I did all those shark girls and I did all the cryptid girls in previous years, and I ended up discontinuing the merch lines of both of those just because they stopped selling well after a point. And it bums me the fuck out because I just want to make original character shit all day! I just need to get to the point where I'm so famous on YouTube that people will buy anything with my original characters on it. Damn it. Just want to draw the Blorbos. I do. That is my dream. After it's like, I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have to rely on doing fan art anymore. I still might do it for stuff that I'm, like, you know, really passionate about that kind of is underrepresented. Like Rune Factory. I fucking love Rune Factory, and I love my Rune Factory charms. And, like, I might still occasionally do fan art for, you know, things that I really like. But I would love it if I could just do original merch all day. I love that shit, man. I still want to do, those little, like, Castoff, and I want to do one of my VTuber, too. I want to do, like, little acrylic standees that are, like, 4 inches, but the whole quirk of them is that they're like, in little sitting poses. So they're like little desktop buddies, and they'll just sit on your desk and look at what you're doing on the computer. And then people could, like, take pictures of them, like, looking at you doing stuff on the computer. If you do anything inappropriate, you gotta turn the vector standee around so he can't see it with his innocent little eyes. Anyway, here's the link to my store if you guys haven't seen it yet. Drop that link in the chat. Okay, Marina, your skirt is sticking out a little bit too much. Yeah, I really want to do acrylic standees, but the problem is that the minimum order quantity for my current manufacturer is like 100. And that's a lot. Dear Face X, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the streams. squad. Oh yeah, guys, so we're like really close to 40,000 followers on YouTube. We're getting real close. We're only like 200 away. I see a lot of videos of these little programs you can download where a little character runs around and messes with your computer. Yeah, I was really into those in college. They're called Shimeji. I used to have a whole they got like really trendy for a couple of weeks when I was like a freshman in college. And I started making Zelda Wind Waker one, but I never finished it. They were real cute, but they're also very distracting. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and do a little call to action. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna do a call to action real quick. If you are watching on YouTube, do you guys mind liking the stream? Like liking the video? I wonder if that like would help get more engagement. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, just hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. I'm trying to experiment if like, you know, CTAs are actually, you know, like helpful for numbers and stuff. Already like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you guys who have liked it. I appreciate it. Destroy the like button. Yes, smash the like button. It's done. Thank you guys. Thank you. Whenever I stream on TikTok, I'm like constantly reminding people, is like, hey, if you like the stream, it helps TikTok like actually push out my content, which I appreciate. Oh, there's a cute dog outside my window on the sidewalk. And I loved how the alert music matched up with that. The Christo, thank you for 3 tier 1 3-month sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for joining the sub squad. Perpetual license for the next several months. Hoo-ha! Enjoy the emotes. Hunt down that bell, light its house on fire, and laugh while it cries. Exactly. Also, if you're watching on Twitch, reminder that if you have Twitch Prime, you need to be using your Twitch Prime sub. You don't have to use it on me, but you should remember to use it every single month so you can steal some of Beth Jezos's money. And yes, I said say Beth Jezos. That's his name now because fuck him. His name is Beth Jezos. Commit war crimes against the like button, fall into depression, and then recover after extensive therapy for sins against the like button. Yes. The like button will not reimburse you for therapy, though, so do keep that in mind. Haven't read a lot of Castoff, but the girl's hair that you're drawing is so bouncy and fluffy. I love it. Thank you! That's Marina! She's a floofy floof. It's fluffy. Reconsole yourself by taking money from Beth Bezos. Exactly! Stealing Beth Bezos' money is a form of therapy that you can get by simply remembering to utilize your Twitch Prime sub on Twitch every month. Again, you don't have to use it on me, but you should remember to use it every single month. Or else you are just giving Beth Bezos your money for no reason! Tape the like button to a hot air balloon, wait until it is approximately 22,000 feet in the air, then cutely shoot it down using a magic rifle, yes. I love Marina, I wish to marry her. Apparently you'll have to get in line because, like, everybody in the fandom ships her and Ariana together. And I don't know about your fighting skills, but I think Ariana probably wins. Her whole character is kick your ass. How come they ship Ari and Marina? I don't know, y'all! Care to comment with your thesis statements? Everyone in the YouTube chat who is talking about how much they love this ship now? Do you want my list? Sure! Drive that engagement. I love to read what other people write about my characters. As long as it's nice. If it's mean, I'll kill you. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But I will block you from my site. You draw the girlies holding hands exactly once and the fandom goes fucking crazy. If it's mean, we bonks you, yes. I am very, very aggressive with my bonk hammer. There was a Tumblr post I saw the other day. It was like, yeah, I hit 2 buttons to get rid of a weird dude, and I'll do it again. And that's me with, like, the block button on literally any platform that I use. Like, yeah, if you're weird to me once and I don't think I'll ever, like, see a positive of interacting with you, you're just gone from my life forever. Bye. Nothing been implied since Marina's first introduction or nothing? No, never. She's just nice. Never mind, Ariana and Marina make me happy. Proposal rescinded, damn. Block button, my beloved, true. Yup. You push a button and it gets rid of the weirdos. And I'll do it again! I had to get rid of several weirdos in the last week. Most of them were in my Discord, but still. Wait, should we not ship them? Nah, y'all can do whatever you want. There's a couple of, like... Okay, so here's the thing. There's not a lot of ships in Castoff, just because there's not a lot of characters, I think. And a lot of the characters are minors. And so it's like, they're still figuring their shit out. I do have a couple of, like, you know, big no ships. It's like, don't ship Ariana and Zara. Don't do that. Don't ship Ariana and Vector romantically. It's like, they are friends, and also Ariana's like 7 years older than he is, and he is 15. But But yeah, should I talk about this? I kind of want to talk about this. Okay, so I have no evidence, and I can't talk about it yet because it's too early. But people actually ship Vector and Ariana. Not so much anymore. This was more like when the comic was first coming out. That ship mostly sunk by the end of chapter 1. But you know, people on Webtoon will jump on any ship that they see with like the veracity of a wolf hunting a chicken. But for the most part, that ship dies for people by the end of chapter 1. That was more of a thing that was an issue back when the comic was in its very early days, but I don't think there's many people around who still ship them. Yeah, I was hinting on the Discord that by the end of the comic, there's probably gonna be one more. So, Ariana and Marina is really popular. There's gonna be one more that I think it's not gonna be like, how do I want to put this in a way that's not going to be spoilery? How do I say this? By the end of the comic, and actually probably sooner than that, within the next few chapters, I anticipate starting to see the beginnings of this. I'm anticipating starting to see the little beginning traces of this ship as soon as, like, the next chapter, I think. There will be one more ship that again, I don't know, maybe this is just me being like, haha, this might happen, and then it doesn't at all. But you ever just feel like you know your fan base too well, and you know what they're gonna fucking latch onto? I've got a fucking feeling that people are gonna be into shipping a couple of characters. And I literally cannot say anymore. It's not Ariana and Marina, I'm talking about a completely separate pair. But I'm just like, I can't talk about it anymore because it's spoilers, but it's like, oh man, people are gonna ship these two, aren't they? And I'm waiting. I am waiting. And the minute that anyone proposes it, like in chat or on my Discord or in my comments, I'm going to be popping the little confetti poppers in chat. Because I'm like, yup, there it is! There it is! I knew it! I fucking knew it! So that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me if and when it ever happens. I'm just gonna be like, yup, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew people were gonna latch onto these two. I knew it. So yeah. I'm scared. I can't keep getting attached to fictional ships. Well, like, again, it's like, there's less ships in Castoff because most of the characters are on the A spectrum. There's really not a lot of, like, actual visible romance in Castoff, and what is there is pretty subtle. You mentioned a couple other characters not yet appeared, and I think there was those, like, shadowy windows in the royalty AU art. Maybe. Mayhaps. My fave ship is the comic panel windows and the margins. They're always together, even in other comic. The chemistry is undeniable. Yeah, you fucking nerd. But yeah, it just makes me giggle that I can think about. It's like, yay! It's like, people are gonna ship these two characters. I'm calling it now. I am putting actual money that at some point, these two characters are going to get shipped. They absolutely are. And it's, I don't think you could consider it a problematic ship or anything. It's just like, people are absolutely going to ship these two, and I'm completely okay with it. I just do my little evil gremlin laugh and just like make my hands into a little pyramid formation underneath my chin and just be like tee hee hee tee hee hee ha 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 hee hee hee. That's me. That's me when I think about my webcomic these days. Especially considering some of the stuff that I get to draw, like, very, very soon. I was realizing, it's like, oh my god, there's only, like, a handful of pages until I get to draw the one scene that I've been most excited for this whole chapter. And I'm like, oh my god, it's happening soon! Now, am I gonna even hint a little bit as to what the contents of that scene are? No. Didn't you once mention that we haven't met the worst human? Some comment like that? I don't... If I made that comment, it was probably in reference to the queen, if I'm being honest. Every storyteller gets that itch. Yeah, like, every chapter of Castoff has, like, you know, the scene that I am most looking forward to. For chapter 10, it was the hug scene at the end, but also the confrontation with Marina and Ariana on the roof. In this chapter, that scene is happening very, very soon. Like, within probably the next 10-15 pages. 10-15 pages of me drawing it. You guys are gonna have to wait a little bit for it, but I'm just sitting here like, how many pages of script is that? It's not a lot. We're gonna get there soon. It might even be less than 10 pages. I'm not sure. I haven't thumbnailed it out, but we're getting very, very close to it. And I'm so fucking excited. I'm so fucking excited. It's been 8 years. It's been 8 fucking years. I'm so fucking excited. Every storyteller gets that itch. Exactly. Ah. I felt that way about the mushroom thing with Rathgirther. Ooh, nice. Yeah, it's always like so cathartic once you finally get to that. Like the cool moments that you've been waiting on. It's like, yes, I finally get to talk about the thing. No, I'm very excited for our next D&D session episode. It makes me so grumpy. I hate March. Why the fuck is March so long? There's like 5 weeks without between D&D sessions because February was a short month and then this month is a long month. So it was like, okay, so there, 26, so that's 1, 2, 3, okay, I guess 4, yeah, no, it's 5 weeks! It'll be 5 weeks since our last session by the time we get there. And I'm like, damn it! Damn it, what if I do? I wanna know what happens! Ah! And what if I Dungeons and Dragons with my fucking friends? Ah! I have so much more for Emory. Good, I'm excited! Just fuck me up, fam. I uploaded Emory's little bonus episode onto my Patreon last night. Anybody here on the Patreon who listened to it yesterday? Eyes emoji. Eyeballs emoji. I know some people had heard it before because I'd played it on stream, but it's been a while. But I'm like, yeah, I'm in the unique position of, I made this character, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to her. You guys, I get to come up with theories just like everybody else who watches our streams. Because I gave Jay a backstory full of holes and said, here, fill these up with whatever the fuck you want. Go crazy. It was fucking fun. You're gonna be so mad. Oh my god. Well, you know me. Okay, so my thing is, like, I can be very theatrical just because I'm a excitable theater kid who never actually got to be a theater kid. And I worry that I can come off as, like, way too obnoxious sometimes, especially, like, when we're during session in D&D. I just get so fucking excited. I'm usually not, like, actually angry when I, like, say, it's like, oh my god, I'm so fucking pissed! I just get so into it. And then I cringe later about it. I was like, oh my god, I was like, I'm too much. I am what some experts have described as too much sometimes, but no one thinks you're too much. I think I'm too much. I feel like some people who meet me probably think that I'm too much. I just get too excited. I'm like a fucking Pomeranian. I'm just like, oh my god! And I just scream too much. We love having you. Well, I like playing D&D with you guys, so yeah. We love seeing you scream. It's great. Well, I'm glad, because I'm gonna keep doing it until people tell me to stop. You are what some experts have described as a delight. Thank you! I'm glad I'm a delight! Hence the story I designed specifically to make you scream. Sure. I am in danger. I am in danger. My kid from The Simpsons in the back of the bus. I'm in danger. Laughs and llama? Fuck you, okay? We can't actually have a llama in the D&D show. I'm gonna scream. I don't even remember the original context of that joke. Ah! As a professional, I professionally say you sound like a great friend. Aw. Well, thank you. I try to be. I don't have a whole lot of friends just because I'm not very good at being social a lot of the times. But I try to be friendly. I'm kind of, my thing is like, I'm very much the repressed introvert kind of vibe. It's like, I'm usually like very shy around people that I don't know super well. And even people that I do know well sometimes, it's just like, would they really like this meme, or am I just going to annoy them by messaging this to them randomly? I get anxiety over dumb shit sometimes. And it kind of like hinders me from making friendships a lot of the time. And so I appreciate the people who pester me first, honestly, because I'm not good at small talk, and I will usually take like any opportunity to engage where I do not have to be the first person to engage. I'm very much that type of person. I'm not good at small talk, and there's a lot of people, especially online, that's like, I would love to be better friends with. I do not know how to initiate conversation. I'm so bad at small talk, and I feel like I don't know how to message people unless I actually have something to, like, tell them. And I feel like it hinders my ability to make friends with people, and I'm just like, fuck, how do I talk to people on the internet? God damn it! I often can't stop myself from pestering, so it's good to know that. It's cool. No, yeah, I'll, like... You know, that's the good thing about text communication, if we're kind of like circling back, is like, there are times when I'll get a message from somebody, it's like, oh man, you kind of messaged me at a bad time. But the thing about text communication is, if someone texts me at a bad time, I can just wait until later when it's not a bad time to respond to them. It's like, I will never resent people for, like, reaching out to me unless they are, like, you know, being an asshole to me. Which... most people who are like that don't even have access to my DMs, so, like, what are they gonna do? My DMs are closed on Twitter, and I don't accept friends requests from people I don't know on Discord, and strangers can't DM me. So I'm good. I think I made most of my friends via pestering, which is probably not a great sign. Well, you made friends! So obviously it's a good sign. Sheesh. That's how you got me. I mean, that's my whole thing, right? Is like most of my friends I have made because I was adopted by an extrovert, and then I just kind of became friends with all of their friends. I need to find an introvert in the town that I live in who can just introduce me to all their friends. And I'm like, I swear to God, it feels like we need like a friend dating site. It's like introverts meet extroverts. It's like, I need an extrovert to adopt me and take me to activities. Let me just follow you around and introduce me to all your friends. Are we friends? Jay, oh my God, are we friends? We've known each other for like over a year, and we've been playing D&D together for like a couple years, but I don't know if Jay and I are friends, you guys. He's like I made him a mod on my Discord, but I'm just not sure if we're friends. I don't know. I'm not sure, you guys. Yeah, we need a dating site that's like heavy air quotes dating, but it's just like adoption services for introverts. Like, hi, I need an extrovert to adopt me and, like, help me make friends, because I'm so bad at it. I just coerced you into those things, clearly. Listen, if I wasn't interested, I would have just fucking ignored you, okay? So, meh. Just the Castoff server. Honestly, I've made so many friends there. No, yeah, it's been really wholesome, like, seeing you guys actually, like, start to be friends with each other, and I'm like, I did this. Indirectly, but I did this. No, I did, Jay, I know, I'm sorry, I totally deserved that burn. I totally deserved that burn. In my defense, I was depressed as fuck, and that was like one instance where I would say you caught me at a bad time, but I did get back to you eventually. I did eventually get back to you. Damn it. Damn it. Sad strangulating noise. Uh-oh. My friend is messaging me about D&D stuff. I'm gonna go eyes emoji, but you did do that. You made a wholesome and positive space for folks. I'm very happy because it feels like I'm not super active in my own server because I'm just a chronic lurker online. And I feel like my thing is I really only talk on the Discord server when I have something to say that's important, or if I have a funny joke that I can make. But aside from that, it's like I'm pretty quiet in my own server. And so I'm glad that you guys are like communicating and making friends. It's just really wholesome, and I'm glad. That's how Zoe works on her server too, yeah. At a certain point, you just kind of have to disengage, right? A little bit. We would love to have you in the chaos. Listen, I've contemplated just like Kool-Aid Man slamming my way into the voice chat when I see that a bunch of you guys are in there. I haven't yet, but I've considered it. I'm usually busy, so I don't, but I see people like, cause you guys have like actually started using the voice channels recently, and I'm like, oh, people are actually using the voice chat? Oh my God, that's so cute. I wonder what they're talking about in there. I hope they're being normal. Thank goodness for Dawn and Seven taking care of chaos in there. Yeah, I'm glad that like, I honestly like, I'm considering just like, if folks are stream mods, just like, do you guys also want to be Discord mods? Just cause like, you know, the people I hire on as mods are like already super active in the community and I feel like I can trust y'all. And it's like, do you want to also be Discord mods? Help. Pop in, blare air horns, yell Castoff bitches, and disconnect. Nah, yeah, I'm just the voice chat cryptid. You still need to plot to join in at some time to see how similar our voices actually are, yeah. We confuse the shit out of people. I'll literally just pop into the voice chat, drop some fucking crazy Castoff spoilers, and then say just kidding, and then leave. I had to deal with a lot of drama today mid D&D session right as a new PC was getting introduced to the party. Yeah, I heard about that and I'm so sorry. It fucking sucks and I'm mad that I wasn't like around to help you deal with that. You handled it like a fucking champ, but still. It's just like, god damn it. Why can't people be normal? Ah. It's not your fault. I'm not saying it is my fault, I do still feel bad. It's like, why are people why are you doing this? Why are people like this? God damn it. Ugh. Wait until there's only one person in the voice chat, tell them a spoiler, tell them no one will believe you, then disconnect. Oh my god, right? No one will ever believe you, and then just fucking leave. Pop into the voice chat and say something like, Zara's been dead the whole time! And then just fucking pop out of the Discord. Be like, you can't prove shit! Ariana's actually 400 years old! Vector has biological parents and they're still alive and we've met them and they're in the cast already! Boop, ba-doom. And I disconnect from the voice chat. Hey! Wow, that one went off surprisingly quickly! Thank you for the super chat. Sorry Mania, did you hydrate? I sure can. I was taking a sip intermittently throughout the stream, but I'll take another one. Take a mother heckin' sippy sip. I'd believe Zara's been dead all along just because he looks dead. Yeah, dead inside. I don't know why this came to me right now, but I want to draw a picture of, like, a redraw of that one meme of the dude and the cop, like, the cop posing in front of the graffiti that says, fuck cops. I want to draw Zara in front of graffiti that says, fuck the guard, and he's, like, posing. I want to draw that now. I don't know why that came to me just now, of all things. But that's what I'm thinking about now, and I can't... I need to draw that. That would be a good print? Oh shit. That would be fun. Oh man. am still having the problem of I put too much, I flavor blasted this water too hard. It's doing the opposite of hydrating me. God damn it. Oh yeah, so this is kind of on the topic of just like drawing things for the comic. I have to get started on next month's mail club stuff pretty soon. And you guys know what time it is, right? You guys know what's happening for April, right? The April mail club? Not safe for work, yes, time, yes. I'm finally, you heard it here first, you guys. I am finally adding a not safe for work tier for Castoff. Which means that for next month's mail club, I'm just gonna draw all the characters committing OSHA violations. I have to, like, actually, you know, look up a list of OSHA violations that I could draw in a fun way. Because I need to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do for the print and stickers and stuff. Frankie getting hit on the head with something because he wasn't wearing a hard hat in a designated hard hat area. Working higher than 4 feet up without fall arrest gear. Oh shit. Using an unsecured ladder. Yeah, doing some just fucking stupid shit. Rory stealing an exit sign from an office building. Do you guys think that I would get canceled on Twitter if I just announced that, like, I'm, like, the day before April Fool's, the day before that mail club gets released, if I just announce on Twitter, it's like, okay, you guys, I'm finally giving in to the demands. Tomorrow on Patreon, I'm finally launching the Not Safe for Work Castoff Patreon tier. Do you guys think I would get canceled if people didn't get the joke? I didn't elaborate it until, like, the next day. Like, I announced it on March 31st, and then I didn't elaborate on it until the next day. Do you guys think I would get canceled? And then I would make them feel like a bunch of silly little bitches later. When it is finally revealed. Haha. Frankie's like, hello! I'm just a little guy! There he is. Little guy energy is off the fucking charts. Happy Frankie equal happy Dawn. He brings me serotonin. He is a very good boy. I jump into the Castoff server voice chat. Frankie's gonna die this chapter! And then I just fucking leave. And I refuse to elaborate ever again. You guys would never forgive me if I killed Frankie, would you? I mean... could I? Look at this little face. Look at this little fucking face. Just put him in rice and it'll get better. Or do the cat bug method and just throw a blanket over it! It solves all the problems. Oh! So here's something I can talk about, actually. Cause I should have delivered on it a long time ago, and I haven't yet, and I meant to make a Patreon post about it, and I probably still will. But in case you guys haven't noticed, I talked about it, I think, on the Discord, and I definitely posted about it on Twitter because I got emotional about it. But last week, I officially hit over $1,000 a month on Patreon, and that's fucking real exciting. But what happened was it also reminded me that I am behind on a couple of rewards that I promised y'all. And so I wanted to talk about that for like a hot sec. Congrats. Thank you. No, it's been really exciting because like now my comic is a pretty significant chunk of my monthly income, and I've always said it's like, you know, Vulcan Hive Knight, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. You're almost at minimum wage, I know, right? Like, my comic is not entirely paying for my mortgage, but it's getting close. My mortgage is about $1,500 a month. It's a little less than that, but, you know, with, like, taxes and stuff. But yeah, and so, like, I've always talked about how, you know, the more I make on Patreon, the less I have to focus on my other sources of income, which means that I can put more time and effort into the comic instead of stuff like my store and things. But I did have a couple of rewards planned for when I hit milestones with the comic that I haven't done yet. And I know that people have been waiting on those, and so I wanted to talk about where those are. Yeah, the 4 comas in the Zara comic. Yes, specifically the Zara comic is the one I want to touch on. Because here's the thing, is that okay, so the Zara comic, I believe, was for $800 a month, was for that goal. And the reason I put it off so far is because it kept fluctuating, right? So I would hit $800 a month, and then a couple weeks later it would dip back down to like $750. And then we'd hit 800 again a few weeks later, but then it'd dip back down, and it just kept fluctuating too much. And I was like, I'm not gonna actually start working on this dang Zara comic until I get to the point where it's not constantly at risk of going, like, underneath the threshold again. Right? And my other reason for hesitating before doing it was, you know, the thing about the Zara comic is it does have some potential for, like, spoilers for stuff that hasn't happened in the comic yet. And I remember, I think when I made it the $800 tier, I figured that it would take longer to hit. I was like, uh-oh, the current version of this that I have scripted in my head accounts for stuff that has not happened in the comic yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, you know. So, there's part of me that... Okay, so there's 2 options that I have with the Zara comic. Is I could post a version sooner that would cut out the spoilers. So the original version of the Zara comic would involve spoilers for stuff that hasn't been revealed yet, and that won't be revealed until like a chapter or 2 from now, depending on where exactly I put the chapter breaks. It's stuff I probably won't get to for another, like, year or so in the comic. It's like, once we pass this certain event, I'll be able to do the comic with no spoilers. So I wait until the danger of spoilers has passed, and then I do the Zara comic, or I rewrite it and tweak it slightly and, like, cut out one scene. One scene and, like, a couple of little, like, lines of dialogue. Like, I could wait, or I could post kind of a neutered version just as soon as I have time to work on it, you know? And so I was gonna ask on Patreon and see what people thought. I'm excited about it, but you got work to do. I do have work to do, and I was gonna say, it's like, this isn't something that I'm gonna have time to work on anytime soon anyway. So, like, at that point, I might as well wait, right? I do still want to do it, though, because it's a very, like, sweet comic, and it kind of explores some of Zara's relationships with like some other characters that haven't really gotten to spotlight in the story very much recently, or like at all. And so I do still want to do it. I'm just like, do I rewrite it to not include spoilers? It'd hit a lot harder if I waited though. Like, I personally think it would be a much better comic. Like, the end product would be a lot better and the story would be a lot more satisfying if I waited until those spoilers were over. So it's like, I want to do the bonus comic, and I promised I was going to do the bonus comic, but I feel like it might be better to wait. And then as far as the 4 comas, I just keep fucking putting those off because I just keep forgetting and then getting busy and then forgetting and then getting busy. I promise I will do those eventually. Those are just dumb gag shit that I had ideas written down for them, and then I lost my like little note card full of ideas, and I'm like, shit. It was all dumb stuff. Like, there was one I had planned where, like, Rory is like, hey, Ariana, check this out, pick a card, and she just fucks with Ariana with doing, like, sleight of hand tricks, and Ariana just gets fucking pissed because she can't figure it out. She's like, how the fuck are you doing that? You don't have a mage gem. How the fuck are you doing that? And Rory's just like, this is my special kind of magic. It's called fuck you magic. It's that kind of dumb shit. But yeah. That sounds so funny. No, it's like, I'm gonna do it eventually. I just gotta, you know, sit down and have time for it. It's just right now, I don't have a lot of time for it because I gotta finish the How to Webcomic book, and then pretty much as soon as the How to Webcomic book is done, I gotta start on Castoff Volume 1 revisions, and that's gonna take me months, so F you magic, yeah! It's called My Special Little Tricks Built Specifically to Piss Off Ariana. Yeah, there's part of me that's like, now that we've hit that Patreon milestone, I kind of want to add a few more like goals in there. But there's another part of me that's like, if you put down these goals, are you actually going to be able to finish them in a timely manner? And I'm like, just making constipated noises. It's like, not really. And so I just want to be like, yeah, don't add any more goals until you've finished the ones that you've already promised. Damn you. This is just, once again, me advocating. Is like, when do I get the cloning device? Damn it. Let me make a duplicate of myself. So that I can draw twice as many things. And do all the shit that I want to do. But yeah, some only slightly related, but I've also just been like thinking about like more stuff I want to make. There's part of me that wants to make like little journals and like sketchbooks, you know, like design the covers for them and stuff. And there's part of me that wants to design, like, have a stretch goal or a new type of, or like an add-on for Patreon, or not Patreon, for the eventual How to Webcomic Kickstarter. It's just like a sketchbook that says just draw something. Or like a lined paper notebook that says just write something. Because honestly, like, that's the best advice that I have a lot of the times is like, if you're stuck, if you have like writer's block or artist block, just fucking draw something. It doesn't matter if it's good. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Not everything that flows from your hands has to be like the best, most purest art imaginable, right? Just fucking draw something. Just draw something. Exactly. And so I kind of want to make, like, I have a supplier for, like, journals and stuff that I've had, you know, sitting in my little resource document for a while. And I think it would be fun to get those made. But it's like, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do about the design for the cover and stuff, and so I just keep putting it off. Just put it off. Because it's a new product and I'm scared. It's a new type of product I've never done before and I get skittish about new things. A journal hoarder would absolutely have one and then not write in it because it's pretty. No! That's the goal, is to get you to draw/write in it! You gotta draw something! You gotta draw something! That's the point of the notebook! Rory's legs are gonna get cut off here. So I'm just like not even gonna draw the stuff down here. It's fine. It's fine. Get one and then neither draw nor write out of sheer contrarian trollishness. Listen, it's your money that you're wasting, so I'm not gonna complain, but it is defeating the point of the exercise, I will have you know. Like, listen, I can't complain, it's your money that you're wasting, but still. These are real shit feet, because again, they're just gonna get cut off anyway, and you're not really gonna be able to see them. So I'm not gonna just waste my time getting them to look super nice and perfect, because I mean, look at how small they are on the panel anyway. Oh my god, Rory, she's like missing half of her legs. Holy shit, where'd they go? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Where's my water? I'm thirsty. She's becoming Rayman. Yeah, slow morph into Rayman. Curious what you as a Skills USA person would rate the trip/competitions. I don't know. I only did one, and it was like 10 years ago. I honestly, it was over 10 years ago. I don't remember. I remember it was fun being unsupervised in a hotel for most of the weekend. I mean, we were supervised, but... With a degree of freedom we hadn't had as, like, 17-year-olds. It was the same weekend that Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, so me and my roommates just wanted to go back to our dorms and play Pokemon. And instead I got stabbed. The whole thing. If you're curious about that story, go watch my weird injury story video. It's creeping up. It is past 500,000 views at this point and is still climbing, which is wild to me. The video I put out today is doing pretty well too. I made a video about how I bought a house last year and it was a fucking nightmare. Although here's something I can talk about. I've been trying to figure out what I want my next video to be. Because I try to put out a video every 2 weeks or so. And I knew I wanted to do the house one around this time of year because it's been about a year since I bought my house. And I thought it was an interesting story, so I wanted to go ahead and do that one. But now I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what I want my next video to be. I've got a lot of ideas, but none of them are like especially jumping out at me as things that I super want to make a video about super urgently. I was worried the house video wouldn't do well since it's such an adult subject and there's a strangely large amount of preteens watching your content. That's true, yeah. That was one of my concerns, but I wrote it in a way so that it would hopefully be accessible to a fairly wider audience. And it seems to be doing well so far. It was like the first or second place video in my analytics. It's number 3 now behind my Twitter jail video and my dentist video, but not by much. Oh, it's got some new comments. Is your ringtone really the Hodgepodge? Yes, it is! That is the Hodgepodge theme from the Adventure Zone has been my ringtone since 2017. And I'm not, well, not 2017. When was the year I got really into Adventure Zone? It was right, I want to say it was 20, when did I first get into Taz? What year was that? It was like 20... It might have been 2017. It was when I was working at Pearson. It might have been 2017. Because I think I got into it in 2016. Because I moved to Japan in 2019, and that's the year the show ended. But I first got into the show right when the Suffering Game arc started. When was that? Sometime between 2016 through 2019. No! It would have been like 2017 because I moved to Japan. I moved to Japan in 2017. I was getting my years wrong. And then I moved back in 2019. So yeah, that's been my ringtone since like 2016. But yeah, so that is my ringtone. It's a fucking little jam, okay? And I like that it sounds like an old 8-bit ringtone. I was getting my ears all scrambled. But yeah, I guess somewhat on that subject, I was thinking of possibly making, like, I want to do a series of, you know, Japan stories videos. Because people ask me about those on stream, like, all the time. It's like, how'd you get into Jet Program? Did you like Jet Program? La da 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 da. It's like, what did you do? What did you write about? What did you do? All this stuff. And so I think I could probably work that into at least 2 videos about my living and teaching in Japan stories. That saga. I could probably do a video just on, like, the application process and all the stuff that I was going through in my life around that time when it was happening. And then I could do another whole video, probably, honestly, I could stretch it into 2, about just, like, stories from my time over there. Yeah, so that's one idea. Another idea that I just thought of, it's like, oh yeah, I have to make that a video at some point. It's more art related, but it's about the time that I almost got hired to draw porn when I was like 16 years old. That was a thing that happened. Seven, thank you for the super chat. Midstream hydration check, oh boy. I haven't heard that one. Oh my god, a me story that Dawn hasn't heard? Holy shit. This is a special occasion. The thing is that, if I tell that story, it's gonna be a short one. Because the end of, it's not like the world's most satisfying story, it's just weird that it happened. Honestly, that story would probably be like less than 10 minutes. It would be a little one. Because it's not like a saga or anything. I pretty much dropped the entire project as soon as I heard about that part. But I mean, my Game Boy story video was pretty short. It was less than 10 minutes and people still watched that one. So I'd probably still do it. I'd find a way to drag it out and make it longer, knowing me. Yeah, the basic gist of the story is, I took art classes when I was in high school, and, my teacher knew that I liked drawing comics. I was, like, one of the only, you know, artists who really liked drawing comics in her class, and she would occasionally get emails from people who would be like, hey, we're looking for a student to, like, paint a mural in this location. Or we're looking for, like, she would get emails, you know, for, like, people who are scouting, like, students to do artworks. It's like, yeah, we got a student from the local high school to do this mural, or we got a student from a local high school to submit a piece for this contest, and things like that. And so at one point she got an email, and God, I wish I still had this email, but it was attached to my old, like, Roadrunner email account that I no longer have access to. So I can't get receipts for it, but my art teacher at one point got an email from a guy saying, hey, I'm trying to start a comic and I am looking for an artist to work with. Do you think that any of your students would be interested in? And she passed it on to me and said, hey, I got this email from a guy who wants to, like, make a comic and pitch it to publishers. Is this something you would be interested in? And I, being, you know, in high school, was, like, super freaking excited because, like, oh my god, it's my dream to make comics. Heck yeah, forward me that email and I'll respond to it and I'll talk to them later. And so I did, and I was talking to this person online. He's like, I kind of want this sort of art style. What does your art look like? And I just sent him my DeviantArt page. And the style that he wanted me to emulate was, like, Tank Girl. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not really, like, how I usually draw. Because, you know, you go back into my DeviantArt, the stuff that I uploaded pre-college was very anime. Definitely not that kind of art style. But I was like, I mean, I could probably, like, emulate this as best as I could. And so I wrote him back and I told him that. And he's like, oh, yeah, and by the way, if you take on this project, you need to be comfortable with drawing, like, hardcore, like, sex scenes. And he's like, can you handle that? And I was like, I'm 16. And so I told that to my teacher the next day. I told her, it's like, yeah, she asked about it. She was like, hey, did you ever get in contact with that guy? And I'm like, yeah, he says he wants me to draw porn, and she was so fucking mad. She was like, what? And I said, yeah. And she's like, then why the hell was he emailing the teacher at an art teacher at a high school? And as far as I know, like, she just told me, like, yeah, don't respond to him anymore. And, knowing her, she probably, like, destroyed his ass over email. But, I mean, if she did, I don't think she ever told me. I never got to see the rest of that email chain or anything, but God, I would love to have watched her rip that guy a new one, because holy shit. And you know what? The worst part is, he probably wasn't gonna pay me. He was probably just some fucking dude who was like, how can I make a comic without paying an artist? I know, I'll hire a high schooler to draw my NC-17 rated comic. The fuck are you thinking? So yeah, that's another option for a storytime video for my YouTube channel. Do you guys think if I made a storytime video about that, it would get demonetized because I talk about porn? Huh. So yeah. Would have loved to be a fly on the wall when your teacher ripped him to shreds. Yeah, me too. Me too. Same here. God, I wish I still had access to that old email account. Ugh. Call it a spicy project? That's true. That's true. I don't even draw spicy stuff now when it's perfectly acceptable and legal for me to do so. I draw two characters holding hands and I get embarrassed. It's like, I've done, like, you know, nude figure drawing studies. But that's kind of different from drawing sauce art. And even then, I would always get, like, a little bit embellished. Worst part is that video would become your most viewed video. Nah, listen! I'd be okay with that video getting popular. Give me the engagement. Pay for my house. Our Reddit recess. No! No! But yeah, I mean, this was before, I was still in high school. This was well before I did any, like, nude figure drawing, because I didn't start doing that until I was in high school, and so even then, I was just like, I probably would have said, it's like, I'm not comfortable drawing that, but luckily, I think my art teacher said it for me. But yeah, I want to say that she probably, like, ripped him a new one over email and then probably put out a warning to other teachers. Or at least I really hope she did. I vaguely remember her maybe saying something like that or hinting at it. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't have any way to contact her to verify it, and also it was like 15 years ago, so who fucking knows? Yeah, I mean, right now, my best video ever on YouTube that's not a short is the video about where I got stabbed. And so that's what people know me for now. I'm that artist who got stabbed in high school by a fucking bouncy house. And I'm okay with that. That's a cool way to be known. It sounds badass. It's like, yeah, I got stabbed once. It's pretty freaking cool, right? You want to see the scar? Too bad it didn't leave a scar. It's very sad. I can't show people my war wounds from my vicious attack by the bouncy castle. Didn't even leave a scar. The fuck is the point then? Do you happen to have character sheets or some easy way to see the characters' full designs? Not for their new outfits. I haven't done that yet, but if you go on the Castoff website on the characters page, I do have outfit references with like flat colors for all of them. I haven't updated them with their new outfits yet for this chapter, but they do exist on the website. Want to know how I got this scar? Bouncy castle. Yeah. Yeah, so that's an idea for a video that I have. So yeah, there's the almost got hired to draw porn in high school story. There's my various Japan stories, and I think those could do well. I think that one would probably do well if I posted it in the fall, though, because that's around the time that JET applications open. If I did it, like, around September, October, because that's when the initial, like, application process starts. And so I feel like if I did a JET program application video, like, talking about that whole scene, I should wait until around application season for that happens. Because then I could talk about it, and it would... people would be searching for it a bunch, and I'd get that boost of engagement. You gotta be smart when you're trying to be an influencer. You gotta be strategic about it. After folks are used to your stories, you should do one or two as your characters. Oh my god, right? Like, do first person. He's like, yeah, I almost killed a couple of my friends that one time because I turned into a black hole and tried to stab them. It's a whole fucking thing. And then they still wanted to be traveling buddies, even after all that. My time as a death blender, yes! Yes! Perfect. Perfection. Time I got sacrificed to a cult and then got my identity stolen. It's the two worst things that could possibly happen. Bam, bam, 1-2 hit punch. My no good, very bad 2 centuries by Verity. Oof! Oofers. Oofer doofers. Verity's story is very much like the stolen century from Adventure Zone, except it's 2 centuries and she doesn't remember any of it because she wasn't conscious for it. Oops. That's this week's star. You're fucking right! Thursday, baby! Let's fucking go! I'm so excited! Need to see both your and Jinx's character interactions in both games. Yeah! Can I be honest? I'm a little bit sad that we're not going to stream the other game, because I just feel like it's already sounds so cool, and I'm like, aw, we're not going to record these sessions. I won't be able to go back and rewatch them later. Damn it. Should I record it for later? Maybe. Because I feel like I just want it for me. I feel like I enjoy What's Left of Us because I get to go back and rewatch those episodes sometimes when I'm feeling nostalgic. It's like, oh, I can just go back and rewatch that episode where I shook a ghost. Record it for posterity, exactly. Another instance of these characters' feats are gonna be hidden by props that are in the background, but I have that layer turned off so I can't see exactly where. It'll be fine. Last step ended on a cool cliffhanger and it's sad to not be able to go over it. I know. It's like, ah. Yeah, I just remembered what the cliffhanger was. What the fuck? It's like, oh man, why aren't we streaming this? It'd be so good. isn't gonna be really visible, so I don't really give a shit. I'm just putting stuff here. It's gonna be fine. Eyeball really cliffhanger. I know. Start bullying a demon into a fake out. Oh wait, that already exists. Yay. The new campaign already started. We're kind of like going through and doing our session zeros in pairs. Like our little, like, short introductions. But since it's not recorded, I can't watch the ones that I'm not in. But I don't know what happened in the other one. You gotta tell me about it after stream. Dawn wants to know all the shit. Wants to be kept afloat of all the shenanigans. My brain is thirsty for gossip, but only the D&D kind. God, right? Yeah, eventually I'll do like a D&D based episode. Maybe once some of the drama has died down about the whole OGL drama and things. Although I guess that maybe it would be good because didn't the D&D movie like either just came out or it's about to come out? So maybe that would be the good SEO. But I feel like if I did that, I'd need to use art that relates to D&D characters, and I don't have any of that right now. I don't have any of that. I don't really have time to draw any either. Ugh. Are D&D campaigns soap operas for nerds? Yes. Yes. If I can get a copy, we should cool down after What's Left of Us by watching the new movie. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna, if we do it like after What's Left of Us, I've been meaning to like, I need to actually talk to you about this off stream, but I might have to leave like a smidge early, for our next session, because I might have to go to a thing. But I don't have the exact time yet. I'll be able to stay for the session, but I might have to leave a little bit early from the table talk because a thing is happening. Well, I'm sorry! I didn't know about it until yesterday! My mom was like, hey, are you busy on the 31st? And I'm like, well, kinda. I've got D&D that day. And she's like, well, I can talk about what it is. It's not like a secret or anything, but my brother's a paramedic. I've talked about this. And, the company that he works for, like the county, it's not a company, he works for, like, you know, the state county. They have an awards ceremony every year where they give out, like, awards for, you know, good paramedicing and things like that. And he is getting an award this time. Last year, he had, like, just been hired, so he was just, like, you know, new hire doing a thing. But this time he is actually getting an award, because he's getting something called the Phoenix Award, which is something they give out if you can, like, have a person go, like, die from cardiac arrest and then successfully bring them back to life. And he was able to do that at least once this year. So he's gonna get that award. And it was very emotional last year for the people who got it. So I'm like, I wanna go be there. He got the Necromancy Award. Yeah! Exactly. You guys can talk to him about it on the Wednesday stream, because we're going to be playing Bloodborne again, and I'm sure he will tell you all about it. Here's an award for, like, saving lives or whatever. I know. He's out there saving lives, bringing people back to life. Meanwhile, I draw pretty pictures for a living. Which one of us is the cooler sibling, do you guys think? Gonna come in and just be like, congrats on the necromancy! Yeah, I don't remember the exact story, but I know that he was able to do it at least once. Which is cool. But yeah, that's happening the night after D&D, so I might not be able to stick around after the sesh. Depending on what time it starts. Need my water. If you do it once and it's a Phoenix Award, if you do it twice, then it's necromancy. Oh my god. I kind of want to see a coloring stream one of these days. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't usually do my coloring until after a page is fully inked. And if a page is fully inked, then that means the backgrounds are visible, which is spoilers for this scene. Although, I was gonna say it's like, well, technically, folks who are just reading the comic know the location that the characters are in now, so I don't necessarily have to keep it a secret anymore. The exact location is still spoilers. But, like, it's still in the school. Everyone knows they're in the school now. Yeah, but they don't know exactly where in the school they are. So, And by the time we get caught up to that point, other things will be happening. There's gonna be some pages that I can't ink after, that I can't stream after a certain point. It's not gonna be for a couple months, but... yeah, there's gonna be a very solid chunk of time where I'm just not gonna be able to stream. Like, at all. Because there's just too much going on in those pages. But that won't be for a couple more months, I don't think. I've got at least another month before that starts being a problem. What if they're in the art room and they find pages of their own webcomic? Dun dun! Dun dun dun! You can stream other stuff instead, like your physical book edits or random fun doodles or Patreon awards or something. Yeah, I'll find something else to do. For sure. I don't want to... It'll probably be merch drawing streams, or if I'm being honest, or like drawing new prints, because god, I need to focus on drawing new prints, especially like with MomoCon and stuff coming up. I really need to fill out my print backdrop. And like, okay, if I wanted to like really fill out my print backdrop, I could just print big versions of my old mail club prints. But then that kind of gets rid of the exclusivity of them, you know? Tiefling prints, please. Yeah, no, I definitely want to. Because my thing is like, I don't really care about selling prints. I just want my booth to be more eye-catching. And that's what is like, you know, I'll still bring a few in case people want to buy them, but I'm gonna do a lot of prints of like really niche stuff. Like I want to do a Somnium Files print, but I don't have like a super good idea for a composition just yet. I want to do prints of all my tiefs, all my tieflings. I want to do prints of like my OCs and all that fun stuff. Because yeah, it's like, I don't actually care about doing what's popular with prints. I just want to have a print wall so that people will come look at my booth. People get so excited when they see their fave niche fandom and artist alley. Yeah, I feel like I gotta do... I already have a Rune Factory print, but I feel like I should do a Rune Factory 5 print. I super need to do a Bravely Default print, since I have all those characters as charms. There's part of me that wants to make like a Tumblr sexy man print. Just for the reactions I think it would get. But I don't know if I care that much to actually, you know, spend time making a print about that. I just think it would be funny for it to exist. People would love to buy that. Oh my god, I know! Look at my little boy, he's having a ponder. He's having a little ponder. Where he's like, I swear to God, I put this stack of pancakes on the other side! Another over here! I want a cool Emory. I actually have an idea for a cool Verity print, but I'm still brainstorming ideas for a cool Emory print. Because I defo want to do a cool Emory print. But I just haven't thought of a good idea yet. Like, a cool combat, like, picture would probably be cool. What I want to do for Verity is, I'll just draw it here, is like kind of so the proportions are going to be whack, but this is kind of what I imagine it looking like. Is it like her with her back to the camera, she's like holding her shield and her sword, and her dress is like, you know, blowing dramatically in the wind, but she's like standing in the graveyard, and so she's got like the tombstones of her friends and shit behind her, and then there's just like this beautiful, like lots of greens and blues, like this pretty valley, and then there's like a shooting star coming in from the top. Teehee. So that's the Verity print that I want to make. Her in the Sora pose dropping upside down towards Faerun. I know, that would be so cool. But yeah, so like I could do something like, I'm still brainstorming it a little bit, but this is kind of the thought that I have. Maybe another one with those stained glass. Ooh, that would be cool. But yeah, I need to come up with an idea for an Emory one. Because that's my girl, and that's the one where I can, if people ask, is like, who's that character? I can be like, oh, I'm glad you asked. That is my D&D character for our show, What's Left of Us, and I just smack him in the face with our business cards that we totally have. Listen, I will freaking make us business cards if I need them for it's probably just gonna be me using them, right? Because I think I'm the only one in our group who goes to conventions, but like, I will totally scream and be like, watch our D&D show. Look at my girl. She looks cool, right? Deathblender Emory, exactly. If I do a print of Emory, it's probably gonna be her, like, mid-fight, just going fucking crazy. Smashing through lava zombies. The Astral Sea scene would be amazing. I know, but we need more context, though. Ah! I'm just like flailing my hands like a rabid weasel. I'm just like, I need more. Play your girl. I want to play my girl. We have to wait because we only play once a month, and I'm sitting here just like. I'm like that meme image of the person like hunched over with like a thing in their mouth. They've got like a crazy teeth and they just fucking shake. That's me. That's me. A little pic of the goblin mode doodle. Yes, that's me right now. That is so me right now. It's like, I want to play my girl. We only play once a month and I have to wait. The D&D games, are they streamed YouTube videos, podcast? I'm so glad you asked. Where's the button? There it is! So, link in the chat for info about our D&D show, which you should totally watch. You have just enough time between now and our next session to get all caught up. And you should also subscribe to our Dear DM Jay, so that we can eventually monetize our episodes. We're trying to get him to 1,000 followers. He was at 369 earlier today, and I was like, haha, nice. Oh, it's at 370 now. It was at 369 earlier today. And I was like, haha, nice. Yeah. The last Friday of February and the last Friday of March being 5 weeks apart. It's fucking homophobic. Can't believe fucking calendar is making me wait this long to play my girl again. Hey Star, how do you watch your D&D show? I'm not being held at gunpoint right now. Hold on, what's going on? Do you have a character reference for Emory, just in case someone wants to, you know, draw her? I posted one on Patreon last night, but I know not everyone's on Patreon. If you go on Twitter and just look up TheStarfishface Emory, several pictures should pop up. Also, there is art of her drawn by our lovely character artist, Rose Kobold, on our website. Our webbed site. What's left. I almost said The Last of Us. God damn it! What's left of us.card.co. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I have Emory uploaded to my art fight profile because a couple people drew her for me last year. What's Last of Us? Exactly. So yeah, if it's on, it should be on my art fight profile. I don't have anything super recent on there because, you know, art fight was back in July. But except it is The Last of Us as of last episode. Yay. So I made that picture that was like the parody of the What's Left of Us logo. The Last of Us logo. But with What's Left of Us. It took me like 20 minutes to make it, and I was just sitting there giggling like a little goblin the entire time. I was just like, tee, hee, ah, tee. I like kept looking at it, and then I would start laughing again, and I would like be like, okay. And then I would like sit down and work on it and like adjust the spacing of the letters a little more and like add some effects to it, and then I would look at it again, and it would go like, and it was like that for like 20 straight minutes. I was just going full goblin mode. I was just like, yes, this is what I was made to do. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Ha-ha-ha-ha. She was giggling hysterically when she posted in my Discord DMs. I was like, look at this dumb shit. Look at this dumb shit that I drew. Let's go. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Ha-ha-ha-ha. Hee-hee-hee-hee. This is what I was built for. How do you get reference art of Verity? I only have like 2 pictures of her online, but if you just, same thing. Honestly, if you go on Twitter and you look on my media tab, you probably won't have to scroll back too far. because the art of her I posted is fairly recent, but I also am chronically online and post on my Twitter constantly. So honestly, I know for a fact that the main, like, most accurate picture of her you can find by looking up TheStarfishface Verity, Verity, on Twitter, and you should find it. There should only be like one tweet, but I do love my new baby, it's true. She's very, very sad. I have been practicing my crying breakdowns in the shower in preparation for breaking the hearts of everyone else in this D&D game. And it is very alarming to my cats every time I do it, and they do not appreciate me doing it. The kitties were very distressed, but it just means that it's working. I was gonna ask how the cats were taking it. Not well, they hate it, Molly especially. But listen, sometimes you just have to obey your inner theater kid and just go ham on, like, the most tragic scene you can fucking imagine. In another life, I would have been a theater kid, but it didn't really work out in this one, so instead I just watch a lot of Broadway behind-the-scenes TikToks, and I just think about it. Man, if I had stayed in theater in high school, if I had done that instead of color guard, my life would probably have taken a very different direction. Oh well! You and Mildred surprised me last time? Oh, Jay, you haven't seen anything yet. Fucking theater kids, listen, the repressed theater kid to D&D nerd pipeline is a fucking straight-ass line. It's a goddamn funnel. We're gonna catch all of them. I've been rehearsing some lines for, like, Emory and stuff, too. You know. Save that pathos. I have great trauma to serve Emory especially. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. I feel like just, you know, former theater kid playing D&D, you gotta rehearse for scenes that might not even happen. You just practice your lines in preparation for the eventuality that something sad's gonna happen, and then when it does, you're fucking prepared. I'm convinced Emory is her favorite character in all history. I'm just very attached because it's my first time actually getting to play a character in a D&D campaign. Because I've been DMing for years. I'm kind of the forever DM of my friend group. And I've been running a campaign for some of my, like, dearest buddies in the entire fucking world since 2020, approximately. And I love my friends and I love our campaign, but the story is for them and it's about them, you know? And so there's part of me that will, like, I hadn't gotten to experience actually getting to play a character. I certainly had some NPCs with, like, cool backstories and shit that I got to work into the story, but it's not the same, you know? My players were very gracious, and, like, the most recent time I snuck in one of my so, okay, I'll go ahead and tell you guys the story, because it's fun and engaging, and I like it. So, I have this D&D character that I made years ago, and I've talked about him here. He's a changeling, but he was a secret changeling, so, like, the party didn't know about it. And, he had, like, several different forms, and the party had actually met him, earlier on in the campaign, disguised as a tiefling named Zephyr, and he's the one who I always talk about him being cringe, because he's just a big, weird theater kid, and when they first met him, they accidentally shot him at one point with an arrow, and he just kind of took it in stride. But then the party ran into him later. They didn't know he was the same person because he was disguised as someone else, is like his kind of human disguise named Storm. Zephyr, Storm, all of his names are based after like nature. And so his backstory that I wrote if I was ever going to use him in a campaign was he was a changeling with an identical twin, like sister, who she got stolen away and lost when they were like 10 years old, and he's then like dedicated his life to finding her, and he's like 18 right now. And honestly, I would have played this character in What's Left of Us. I remember when Jay first contacted me, I was excited. It's like, oh my god, could I actually use Storm in a campaign now? Could I actually do that? And then we already had a changeling in the party, and we also already had a bard in the party. I'm like, well, different character time. So I didn't end up getting to use him, but it's alright, because he's a fucking edgelord, and it's alright. Not that Emory isn't, but you know. So, I ended up using him as an NPC in my home game that I DM. Just for, like, some flavor and stuff, because I figured it's like, yeah, the party's probably, they're either gonna love this guy or they're gonna hate him, and either way, it's gonna be fucking entertaining. And they ended up enjoying his story so much that they, like, made it part of their mission to help him find his sister, and they actually got to, you know, act that out. They actually, like, they figured out who his sister was, and they were able to help reunite the two of them, and I'm like, they got a whole scene about it, like, pretty recently. And I was just like, this is probably the closest I'm ever gonna get to playing this character in a campaign, but like, my players were so into it. Yeah, no, they super adopted him. I'm like, of all the people you guys could have adopted, you adopted the favorite player character that I think I've ever written. Thank you! And I like actually got to act out his story, and I was so fucking hyped about it. It's like, they could have gone, like, so many different directions with this. They could have, like, not trusted him. He could have, like, not trusted them. But it ended up just, like, working out perfectly. And I'm like, oh, they let me have this one. They let me cook, and I'm so happy. And I'm like, oh, yay. But yeah, so now that his story is kind of taken care of, he is mostly absconded from the story until they decide to drag him back because they love him. But I'm just like, oh, yes. Yeah, so that, until recently, that had been, like, you know, the closest thing I'd ever gotten to actually playing a character in a D&D campaign. I've made cool NPCs, and I've recycled, like, player characters for NPCs, but Emory is the first character that I've ever actually gotten to play in a longer campaign. Because, like, I've made characters for one-shots, and I also played in a campaign for, what's the system called? Monster of the Week. My friends and I had a group of we played Monster of the Week for a couple years. That campaign ran because we only played like once a month or so for a while, sometimes less than that because our DM got pretty busy. We never actually finished that one. Maybe someday we'll come back to it, but we're not sure at this point. But Monster of the Week is, like, such a completely different genre from, like, the high fantasy of D&D that I love so much. It's like, I loved our campaign. We had so much fucking fun with it. It was a whole heck of a lot of fun, but it just wasn't the same as, like, getting to play, you know, like, a high fantasy D&D setting, which is where my heart lies. And so getting to play Emory, my girl, playing my favorite race, I love tieflings so much, and just getting to have all this fucking drama, and it's so fucking good, and I'm just so excited, and I'm like, yes, I do love my girl, because I love our game, and I love the story that we're telling, and I love that my girl becomes a tornado sometimes, and she gets all fucked up and sad about it. Give me that shit! So yes, I do love my girl. Who wouldn't? Who doesn't love their D&D characters? I mean, come on. Tornado being another one of Zephyr's names. Listen, he would, though, is the thing. He would, though, is the thing. The thing with Zephyr/Storm's name is that So when he was a kid, he and his sister used to travel around with their mom, and because they were changelings, pretty much anytime they got found out, they had to leave town, which was pretty often. And so they made a game out of it that the kids did, the Zephyr and his sister, or Storm and his sister, whatever you want to call them, where, like, every time they'd move to a town, they would come up with new names for each other. And the game was, if you call somebody by the wrong name first, you lose. And so what they added as like an extra little wrinkle to it was that they came up with each other's names. And so they tried to like suit it to the taste, but he's like, okay, new town, what are the names gonna be? And they would like come up with them together, but the final call would be made for the other sibling. And so Storm would knew that his sister loved flowers, and so all of the names he gave her were like flower names. And then she wasn't as creative at like coming up with names, and so a lot of the times like she would come up with nature-based names just based on what was nearby. So like River is one name that he used, and she named him that based on like, oh, there's a river in this town. Your name's River until we move again. And it would be that kind of thing. And then he just kind of, after she got taken and she went missing, he just kind of kept with the tradition of like every new persona he takes on has to be something nature related. And so that's where the names come from. Nice of them not to name each other things like Fart Face. No, yeah, they're genuinely good siblings, which is why Storm got so fucked up when she was like kidnapped and he thought she was dead for a long time. It fucked him up, and he pretty much like dedicated his life to trying to find her again. It was a whole thing. But you know, also the disguise has to be convincing. Otherwise, their mom wouldn't have let them do it, probably. It's like, no, you're not gonna name each other Fart Face. That's not a name. Pick a real name. But, Mom, exactly. He is a fart face! It's like, yeah, well, I don't care. Name something else. Name your sibling something different. He's just having a little grumpy day here. She's grumpy about something. Oh yeah, I was gonna comment on this. I love that you decided to trigger the death blender on your own last time, a gift from me specifically. Nah, I thought that would be cool though, right? I thought it worked for her character, you know? And I mean, she's gonna go into this more eventually. Because this conversation has been one of the ones that I've been rehearsing in the shower. That from Emory's point of view, like, she's been handed, the way that I've like decided to kind of try and describe it is that she's been handed a trump card that is rigged to explode. It's like, yeah, she's got this new power now, but if she uses like that, she could totally use to kill off her double and pretty much anyone else who she deems necessary to fucking wipe off the face of the earth. But it's probably gonna take her down with it. And so she's like working on her relationship with this power of like, is there a way that I could control it? Can I use this? And apparently the answer is no. And she found that out the hard way. What's Emory's weapon again? She has dual swords. She's got 2 swords. Short sword specifically, although I kind of like the idea of... I don't know what this type of sword is, but I kind of want her to use the type of swords that Zuko had in Avatar, like the curvy dual swords. I fucking love those so much. And so that's more what I imagine her using. Hook swords, not necessarily hooks, but like, they kind of like curve upwards a little bit, kind of like that. Because I just think those are neat. There's a similar type of sword in Rune Factory that's one of my favorites, called a Wind Blade. And it's a sword that looks like a thingy of wind. It's like greenish. These are some of my favorite weapons in the game, and when you like slice them, they make windy noises, and it's cool. Yeah, pirate swords. Because she already looks like a pirate, she might as well go full into the aesthetic, right? Scimitar, is that what it's called? Basically just some falchions. Yeah! But like, lightweight ones that you can use 2 of. Use 2 of them. 2 swords. Oh boy, we're getting a lot of new people in the Discord. I hope you guys are being normal! I hope you guys are being normal so that we don't have another scene again. I can't handle having 2 in one day. Hey! Who's your favorite character in Rune Factory? Oh, there's so many. Rune Factory 4, I like Dillis and I like Forte. Rune Factory 5, I love Lucas because he's stupid. But I also like Cheeto Knight Reinhardt because he's a good boy. It's been so long since I've played that game. I don't know it as well as I know 4. I've only played it once. I like Mikoto from Oceans. I love her. She's like everything I love. But that game was not my favorite. Tides of Destiny, it was what it was called in English. Very silly name. I just hated that you couldn't control where you... They took the farm out of the farming sim! You still had a farm, but you couldn't control where you planted anything on it. Like, what the fuck is even the point of it? It's not a farming sim anymore! I'm not doing any farming! Harumph. Yes, that type of sword! Yes, yes, yes. I like how they can, like, hook together. It's very cool! Here, I can copy-paste this image, right? Oh, sick. Yeah, okay. Yes, this exactly is pretty much like the type of sword that Zuko uses. Twin blades! And they can, like, hook together so you can, like, stick them in the same scabbard together. Swords! Swords. I love them. But yeah, that's kind of what, more along the lines of what I imagine Emory using. They just... Hero Forge didn't have them, so... I can rig something special, I think. I don't, like, need a special stat block, because, like, I can just keep using the short sword stat block, right? It's not a big deal. It's just for flavor. That's what they look like. Yes, you do. My thing is, a lot of the time, I'm okay with just using, like, normal shit. I just want to be able to do different stuff for flavor, because I love flavor. I let my players get away with so much shit for flavor just because I think it's cool. Don't stop me from making special items, you know I love it. Yeah, like the frickin' black heart that you've cursed me with. Similar stat to short sword, only slashing damage instead of piercing. Slashing does make more sense for her fighting style, I think, so maybe that would make a difference. But yeah, her being a dual swords wielder is very important to me for the incredibly specific story reason of dual swords are cool. And the butt crown, the best magic item. Don't remind him about the butt crown. He's gonna make me draw it. He's gonna make me draw it. He's gonna make me draw the butt crown. My wife made a 3D model. I can't. I know, and I. But yeah, Emory is just like a lot of my favorite things and characters combined. I like angy girlies with tragic backstories that they're angy about. I love dual swords. I love tieflings. I love characters with glowing eyes, even if it doesn't mean anything, it's just for flavor. I love his flavor. I love characters with big hair that's fun to draw, and she's got big hair, it's fun to draw. I love my girl very, very much. Looks at Ariana. No! No! Listen! Listen! Shut up! I have a type! Here, you want to make it worse? I'll make it worse. I love the color red, and I love characters that have a lot of red associated with them. And... But no, angry girls who can kick my ass is like my type when it comes to characters. If there's a cool one, I love them. And I've made the joke many, 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 many times that Ariana and Emory are very, very similar characters specifically because I have a fucking type. And other people like it too, it's not just me. At least one person has said that Emory is their favorite character on What's Left of Us, so I'm valid, okay? I'm valid, okay? Is that why you decided to make Verity a sad girl instead of a mad girl? Yeah! I wanted something different. The player's barely disguised type. Oh, it's not disguised at all. I'm very open about what my type is. I'm vibrating, trying to hold in all the fun story stuff coming up for your girl. I'm vibrating because I'm being hate crimed by the calendar. I want to play D&D. This entire stream has just been me, like, talking about D&D stuff. Apologies to any new people who don't know the context, but if you don't know the context, you should watch our D&D show. So, you know. It is my solemn and sworn duty that I swear to God, I will make a fandom for What's Left of Us if it kills me. I will get everyone to watch our D&D show. God damn it. I want other people to care about my angry girls as much as I care about my angry girl. It's not humanly possible, but I can sure as hell try. I just realized that we would not be able to see this part of Rory. That's why this drawing has been bothering me. She's got a fucking cape and I forgot. It's fine. Less for me to draw, even though I already drew it and then I erased it. Still need to watch What's Left of Us? You do! You've got just enough time to catch up before our next session in a couple weeks. And then you can watch it live. Recommended it to a few random people not on the Castoff server. Dawn doing the marketing for us. Thank you. We just got shiny new thumbnails on all the episodes. I did that last night, so they all match now. Zara's new Blorbo almost got eaten by a dire hyena. Yeah, I almost died. I got hit by one attack from that thing and it dropped me to 1 HP. It was the whole thing. Oh no. still need to start drawing what's last of us. Shut. How dare you? How dare you tease me in my own live stream? Tell us about your girl. Well, I don't know too much about my girl. I went on a whole thing where I talked about her the other night on stream. She's only been in like one session. We don't have a whole lot to discuss just yet. I told her whole backstory the other day. Tell us about session 1. She basically went around and did a bunch of searching for her friend. Okay, so like she had her original party and they all died, right? Except they didn't. And there's one person in town, or one of her former party members does not have a gravestone. And she was able to figure out that he does not have a gravestone because he left town after the rest of the party members passed away, and therefore he might still be alive. And so now her mission is to figure out where he went and hunt him down so that she can, like, you know, reconnect, but also ask, hey bro, what the fuck happened? Why am I still alive? And why is everyone dead? And what the fuck is going on? Want to draw Emory so much, but I only know she badass. Somebody on Twitch put links to Emory, please. There's art of her online, if you need a reference, if that's what you're saying. Just draw her making a frowny face, and it'll be in character. Oh gosh, this movie just reminds me that I need to finish playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. My problem is that I'm very much the type of person who, if I take a break from a video game, I prefer to start over. Like, start fresh so that I can finish it all in, like, one session. And I've gotten distracted from Scarlet and Violet twice now. When I first picked up the game, I played like 10 hours, and then I got distracted and I played Harvestella instead for like 2 months. And then by the time I got back, I was like, you know what, I might as well go ahead and start a new game, because why the fuck not? And so then I started a new game. And I played it for a couple months, and I got pretty close to finishing it. I have all but the last of each of the challenges, so I have to do the last gym, I have to do the last Titan, and I have to do the last gang base. But then I got distracted again by the new Fire Emblem game. And now I'm just like, I haven't touched this game in like 2 months. So now I kind of feel like I need to start over again. So I'm debating if I want, but I feel like if I start over a new file, or if I pick up the game again, I'm just gonna get distracted and I'm not gonna get as much work done, and I have so much shit I need to do. But also, I've heard that the story in this one is really good, and so I want to finish it without getting spoiled. I've already been spoiled a little bit, but the only spoiler is that the professors are terrible parents, which, like, yeah, I could have guessed that. That didn't need to be spoilered for me. Does that mean you miss the special raids? Yeah, I don't really care about raids as much. I just like hanging out with my little creatures. Story at the end is so good. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard from a lot of people, like my friends and stuff, that the story in Scarlet and Violet is like some of the best that Pokemon has ever done. And that makes me excited because I love stories. That's like my jam. But it's like, I kind of want to go back and start the game over so that I can experience it all in one go, you know? But then it's gonna take me like that much longer. And I'm like, Why are we saying la criatura in chat? Is it because of Vector? Is he la criatura? He's a little guy, or are we referencing something else? And I just missed the context. He is a little guy, do not be fooled. You said you like to be with your little creatures. Ah, that's the context, okay. You guys have to remember that I have the memory of a fucking goldfish sometimes. I'll take any opportunity for Spanglish. I know you will. My personal favorite is Japanish, the cursed combination of Spanish and Japanese that lives in my brain as a weak speaker of both languages. I'll be like trying to speak Japanese, but then I won't know a word in Japanese, but I'll know it in Spanish, and my brain will then seamlessly switch over to Spanish, which does not help if I'm trying to converse with a Japanese speaker. This happened many, many times when I was living over there. It's like, wait, that's Spanish, Star. Side note, you're stupid. I feel like that's gotta be a problem with like anyone who learns more than one second language though, right? 'Cause how do you keep them separated in your head? You don't is my answer. Banglanese wants in my Japanese class. Yeah! It's very cursed. Yamete kuda, stop. No, I love it. I made the girls go away, and now these pages are a lot faster to draw. 2 less characters I gotta worry about. There was a girl in my French class also taking Spanish, and she actually wrote a French paper in Spanish. Fucking amazing. Did they get separated again? I mean, I'll let you guys fill in the blanks here. No spoilers out of me, but you've been sitting here watching me draw these pages. You can probably figure it out. I promised a no spoilers stream, but you guys can still look at the context. Flip back to that previous page again for y'all for just a bit. Soak it in with your eyeballs. And we're going back. Maybe Vector is just scared of the dark. Actually, it's a canonical character fact. I'm not sure if I've ever talked about this. The dark is like one of the few things that Vector actually isn't scared of. Because he can see in the dark. Little boy's got dark vision. He doesn't have to worry about it. And that's canon, baby. Has superior dark vision, exactly. See, what I will say is that folks who are on my Patreon and get my pages early, like a month early, can probably assume what Vector's freaking out about. And if you can't guess, you will definitely know by the next page that I post on Friday. BTW, here's a link to my Patreon if you guys want to, you know, see Castoff pages early. You'll get to see pages almost as soon as I finish them, like pretty shortly after I finish them, I post them on Patreon. The Patreon still keeps an update schedule, but my buffer's not that far ahead. I want to make it more far ahead, but it's hard to make time for it. Frankie Face is kind of cursed. He's just like looking at Vector like, what you doing, bud? What you doing? You okay? Can't wait for my eyes to soak up this juicy lore on Friday because I'm poor. Although, actually, this seems like a good point to mention it. It has not been officially announced yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to talk about it, and I sure hope I'm allowed to talk about it because I have talked about it multiple times. But if you are someone who wants to be able to read Castoff pages early, but you can't support on Patreon because you either don't have the money or you just don't like Patreon or for whatever purpose, but you still want to read pages early, Castoff is going to be joining the Tapas Early Access program pretty soon. And you can unlock episodes by just, like, watching ads on the platform. The way they do it is that you can unlock early access episodes with their little like in-app currency. It's called ink. And you can just buy ink, but you can also earn it by like watching ads on the platform and stuff. And so it's kind of a good Patreon alternative that you'll be able to read pretty much as far ahead as the Patreon by unlocking episodes through that. So I'm gonna start marketing that as like, hey, if you want to support the comic but you don't have the income for it, you can earn this currency for free, and then every time you unlock an episode, I get paid. So, yeah. Can't wait for that to open up for you. Yeah, I can start yelling about it at people. Because, like, I know that a lot of my readers are on the young side and maybe don't have the expendable income to be dropping on the Patreon, which I totally understand, and I never want you guys to spend money supporting the comic if you can't afford it. I know this is way down the line, but Emory comic. Jay, don't even say those cursed words to me. I do not have time. Do not give me a new hyperfixation that I want to think about doing. I can make a mini comic and sell it at conventions. How could you do this to me? How could you say these cursed, terrible words in my chat and not expect me to freak out about it? Anyway, I'm done with these pages a little bit early. D&D comic. I know. You can't say that to me. I do not have time. I barely have enough time for my workload as it is, and I sound far away because I had to stand up to close my blinds real quick. As seen on as popular actual play What's Left of Us. Nah, Jay, I almost called our D&D show a Let's Play the other day. He's like, yeah, it's our D&D Let's Play. Oh my goodness. It's fucking funny. Okay, well, whoever was wishing for a comic coloring stream, I'm not gonna do the full thing, but I can at very least... I got 15 minutes. That's about enough time to lay down character flats. I'll fucking do it. If we play Baldur's Gate 3 together, you can make a teeth in that game. I don't have time for video games! I barely have enough time to eat my little snacks! How dare you come into my stream and you tempt me with fun ideas, and you know what effect that's going to have on my brain. How could you say that to me? Play it on your Friday stream. I just scream. What's going on? Jay's being mean to me! He's Rose, come get your mans! He's trying to tempt me into new projects that I don't have time for. He's like, hey Star, you should make an Emory comic, wink wink nudge nudge, as if I have time for such a thing, but it would be very cool, but I don't fucking have time. Got my Nerf gun out, please do, take care of him. He's bullying me with things I don't have time for. How dare he. How'd you know she was watching? Yeah, she's on the Twitch. Surveillance state. Laughing so hard. Gut. You should be laughing. I'm fucking hilarious. I will earn your laughter as well as your screams. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Screams of, oh my god, Star, why are you so mean to your characters? And I say, I do it for the content. She's shooting me. Yes, get him! Get him! Get his ass! Nerfed! Yeah, Jay got fucking nerfed. Let's go. That's what happens. F in the chat for Jay. Can't believe he got nerfed. Oh, I forgot to draw Frankie's little earring. There. Just because you two were scene partners doesn't mean you can get her to bully me. Apparently it does mean that, actually, sir. Au contraire, bish. It very much means that. I have the power. I'm an influencer. I can influence your wife to shoot you with a Nerf gun, apparently. I certainly will not abuse this power. I won't let it go to my head. But I will let those Nerf darts go to your skull. I'm fucking witty and hilarious. Yaha. Look, you shouldn't trust her. She murdered one of your family members last session. I didn't know him! True. You're not wrong. But I didn't fucking know him. I don't even know that they're dead. Oops, but not my problem. New character, need D&D character idea, influencer, necromancer. No, listen, I am already fucking on it. If Emory dies, my backup character, it was Rarity. That's where the idea for Rarity came from, is that she was gonna be my backup character if Emory died in the last session, and then she didn't. And then Jay was like, hey, do you want to play in a new campaign? And I was like, yeah, I've got this backup character I'm not using anymore. But now I have the opportunity to come up with a new, cringier, backup character. Who's just a D&D influencer. It's Roy Maplecourt Core. That was his last name, right? It's been so long. Who's the backup now, then? Who else will I torture next? I don't know. I'll come up with someone real fucking cringy. and just unleash them upon you. That's the trick, right? Is like, sure, you could kill Emory and it would cause a lot of drama and it would be very juicy. However, if you do kill her, I will make the worst backup character that you will ever have to deal with. I'll do what my power gamer player in my D&D campaign does, and I will make a bear totem barbarian that's fucking resistant to every type of damage. And I will just become the bane of your existence. Gotta save the juicy death for Tim Tam. You wouldn't. You can't. Listen, we joke about how terrible it would be because it would be terrible. You cannot kill the baby. Or I just tell Zoe to come up with like the worst character imaginable. I let her on a plan. Be like, hey Zoe, if Jay ever kills Tim Tam, you should play the worst character imaginable next. Blackmail. Her new one is so fun. I've seen like little tidbits. I cannot wait to meet everybody else's characters for the new campaign. It sounds chaotic as fuck and I'm into it. Forgot to color Vector's neck. Oopsie fucking doodles, my dudes. If I was ever gonna hire an assistant for Castoff, this is what I would get them to do. Color flatting. It's just like such brainless, mindless work, and it doesn't really take a lot of time, it's just fucking tedious. It's the easiest thing to outsource to other people because you can do it no matter what your art style is. You have to worry about matching art styles because it's literally just using the pages like a coloring book. I was gonna actually like hire one of my friends to do my flatting colors for me, and I was gonna use my Webtoon money to pay them, and then Webtoon stopped paying me. So I'm like, well, there's that plan out of the frickin'... That's no longer an option, I guess. Maybe if the Tapas early access thing ends up being surprisingly lucrative, I'll be able to afford it, but... Bucket Tool's a lifesaver. I got shot for threatening Tim Tam? Good. Get his ass. You mentioned using AI for this. I mentioned that I would love to be able to use AI for this step specifically because it's obnoxious and I don't want to do it. But it's like, it's literally just a coloring book. It's like, if I could just simplify this part, it would save me like 20-30 minutes per page of just mindless color flatting. That would be fucking fantastic. And you know, I mean, even if you were able to program an AI to be able to do this, it would still make mistakes and you'd still have to come back in and fix it. But it would just make life so much easier. I'm all down for AI tools that, you know, are assisting artists instead of fully replacing them. That's not what we want. It's like custom brushes. It's like a tool. Isn't there new AI shading on CSP? Yeah, I've seen that and I'm not super impressed with it. It seems just like the amount of time it would take to fix the end result would kind of... I think they're trying that for animation flats right now. Yeah, exactly. That's like where the subject came up last time. Is like, I've seen that now they have a program that can take one frame of colored animation and apply those colors across the rest of the scene. And that's fucking cool, and I want that for my webcomic. It's like, I don't mind AI tools if they're just tools to be used. Once your shit starts replacing the people who make the art, that is when I have a problem with it. Especially if you're using it unethically without permission to train your fucking AI, which is the state of the business right now. I just cringe so hard whenever I see AI tech bros talking about it. It's like, oh, well, it's because all the freaking artists were gatekeeping art. Motherfucker, literally art is one of the least gatekeepy things out there. There's tutorials all over the place. You just don't want to fucking learn. You don't want to pick up a pencil and be bad at art for a little while. You just want to have the... You're just fucking impatient and you think you can just wave a little magic wand and be good at art. Well, guess what? You're not a fucking artist. You're a dude telling a computer to draw for you, and you can't even copyright that shit because you didn't make it. So shut the fuck up. Anyway, sorry, I had a little, I got possessed by the spirit for a moment there, but it's fine. It's all fine. Anyway, I'm drawing a little picture. We're just drawing little pictures. I'm not getting uber salty in my own stream. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, here's this page is pretty much done. I need to do more, but I won't be able to do it until I've inked the background. So, onward. The next one. There go the girls. If it sucks, hit the bricks. You can just walk away. Need to make a compilation of Salty Star now. No. No, I'm only salty like 5% of the time. My thing is, like, I genuinely do not enjoy feeling angry as a person, because if I'm feeling angry, it means that there is something to be angry about, and being angry at people is so fucking exhausting. I would so much rather be happy and have a good time and surround myself with nice things. And most of the time, just out in life, there's not a lot of reasons to be angry. It's like, yes, okay, this restaurant got my food order incorrectly. I don't have to get mad at them. I can just politely request a change. It's fine. It's not the end of the world if they give you the wrong type of soup at the Panera Bread. I just... Ugh. I'm just so baffled by people who get angry over dumb shit. Because, like, do you just enjoy being angry? What part of that is good for you? You know? This conversation went down a different rabbit hole than I think people were expecting. This is a part of my personality, is I don't enjoy being angry, and so I try not to give in to the temptation of being mad. My whole thing, my kind of, stance on things is that I never want people to leave an interaction with me feeling negative about the interaction, right? Unless they started it. If people came up to me and they were a dick to me right off the bat, then all bets are off. But, like, if someone comes up to me and they're just like, hi, and I'm also like, hi, if it's just a normal conversation and there's no reason for us to be mad at each other, then I don't want people to leave a conversation thinking like, oh man, she was such a dick, or something like that. I just don't want people to feel bad during interactions with me, because I don't want to add more. There's already enough bad shit in the world. I don't want to add to it. You try not to be an Ariana. Exactly. I mean, I've joked in the past that Ariana's the asshole I wish I could be, but that's not entirely true, because I don't actually want to be an asshole. I wish that I could be more assertive in the instances where it is required. But I don't actually want to be an asshole, which is why role-playing as assholes is so much fun. Watch our D&D show What's Left of Us and get to watch me try so hard to be an asshole. She's not an asshole, she's just fucking traumatized and has just a shit ton of PTSD and unaccounted for problems that she needs to work through. Anyway, watch our D&D show. You can't even roleplay an asshole there. You're so soft. No, she's not. She's mean. She's a butt face. She just has soft spots for people who are nice to her. And easy to traumatize with her younger sister. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, motherfucker. Got your wife's number. I'll make her shoot you again. Rose, he's doing it again! I'm on it! Yeah, get him! I love that I have this power. I will definitely not abuse it. She lied as easily as she breathed. I'll go Vector and his little fang. Cute boy. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm just sitting here doing a coloring book, and this shit's boring. Flatting is like my least favorite part, and if I could pay someone to do this, or outsource it to like a little robot who I could just say, hey, see this character? Color him in like this, and then the little AI robot could be like, beep boop, you got it! And then probably still fuck up in a couple places, but then it would be still easier and faster to fix it than it would to just flat the entire page myself. That would be neat, and I would enjoy that. Getting Nam flashbacks every time I enter a room with my beautiful spouse. Well, that's whose fault is that, isn't it? Whose fault is that? I think that you have no one to blame but yourself. That is what happens when you threaten my D&D characters, is I get your wife to attack you with a Nerf gun. Listen, I didn't even tell her to do it. She volunteered to do that of her own free will. I'm a perfectly innocent party. But that said, I will be deleting the bot after this. So it cannot be used in court. The trick is that none of my assholes are really assholes. They're just deeply traumatized and don't know what to do with that. Ariana, traumatized as fuck. Emory, traumatized as fuck. Don't know how to channel those feelings. Become an asshole. That's the flow. Assholery is a defense mechanism. Exactly, exactly. I hope you guys like my cat rendition of this song. I just finished the fan art of Emory. When can I see my family again? Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. You can post it on Twitter and tag me, or you can stick it in my fan art form. I'll see it there. And then it'll be posted. If you send it to the forum, I'll put it in a video, my next YouTube video, whenever that comes out. I love Frankie's in this scene. I wanted to give Frankie a backpack because now he just looks like a little Boy Scout. And I can draw him like holding the straps of the backpack. He just looks like a little Boy Scout. Just needs a little salute in the uniform and he's got it down pat. Like, howdy, hey there, campers! Who's ready to go hiking in this mysterious abandoned school? Who has more trauma, Zara or Ariana? Ooh. Here's the thing. I'm actually gonna say Zara for this one. Between the two of them, absolutely Zara. Because, like, here's the thing. Ariana, definitely traumatized. All her shit happened when she was really young. And she's had a pretty decent support group through the whole of it. Zara didn't have that. Zara's basically been gritting his teeth and working a job he hates after, like, losing the... I can't go into it too much more, but basically everything in his life was ripped out from under him, and then he had to keep working for the same people. I'll be able to go into more detail once their backstory shit gets fully expounded upon, but yeah, I would argue Zara probably more. Zara's also older, more time for more trauma, exactly. And, like, Zara's got all of his behind-the-scenes stuff that y'all don't know anything about. You guys don't know anything about Zara's family or what the hell he went through with them. Zara, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, Zara's definitely the more traumatized one of the two. Now I feel bad for the extensive clowning on Zebra. That's not his fucking name! That's not his name! God damn it! It's pronounced zebra, first of all. First of all, shut the fuck up. His name is Zara! I will kill! Rory and her fucking Rayman-ass legs. If that was a good faith typo, you don't know. I don't know. But you didn't immediately say, oh, haha, oops, typo, I meant Zara. So I have to assume it was on purpose. You didn't correct yourself. Therefore, the correction is not acknowledged. When will we see Marion again? Is she basically dead now? We'll see her again. She's not dead. Yet. Here's my water. Here's my water. If you guys had tried to have that conversation with me about which one's more traumatized when I was just a little bit more tired, I would have accidentally dropped some major plot spoilers just now. I caught myself before I actually said anything, but I was like, oh, no, wait, they haven't gotten that far yet. Oh, no. No. We'll get her next time, gang. No, keep her talking. No. This is it. No, illegal. Anyway, it's been a wonderful stream, but I will see you guys next time. Bye. That was, I think, legitimately the closest I've ever gotten to actually dropping major spoilers on stream. Oopsie doodles. That could have been very bad. Divulge the zebra spoilers? Okay, fine. They're actually black with white stripes, not white with black stripes. Haha, surprise. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you freaking wanted, chat? Is that everything you dreamed of? You're going to admit Luca was Zara's boyfriend? Who? Who's Luca? I don't know him. Never heard that name before in my life. Luca? Yeah, Luca over there. And just run away. Yeah, who the fuck is Luca? I don't know them. Never heard that name before in my life. Oh, Luca! You mean the fish guy from that one movie? Yeah, I watched that on the plane when I was going to visit my friends once. It was cute. I had to watch it in 2 sittings though because the plane landed before I could finish it, and then I had to finish it on my flight home. Like, listen, I could be annoyed by the Luca references, but since we don't know the context of who Luca is in the comic yet, I'm just gonna keep fucking with you guys until the truth is revealed. Oopsie doodles. Motherfucking paint bucket coloring book flats. Blah. Damn, Stream Elements bot is going wild in Twitch chat right now. Oh, I forgot to color Marina's eyes down here. Oops. Oops. Oh god, Marina, why are you so pale? You look like you've seen a ghost. In the Haunted Academy, ooh! Spooky, spooky, spookies. Spooky, spooky, spookies. I'm so close to being done with the character flats. And then tomorrow morning, I can come in and do all of the background inks and flats, and then I will either color them later in the day or on Wednesday, depending on how I'm feeling. That's kind of been my routine for the last couple of weeks. I've been dividing up my workload a little bit more to keep me, like, switching back and forth between tasks. Been actually helping me get more stuff done. It's been nice. There's Reggie with his little, like, yeah! His little bitty yeah, his little thumbs up. He's a little guy, look at him. Look at his little guy energy. He's like, yeah! Hi, my name is Frankie. I give you a thumbs up. We've reached the point in the stream where I'm a little bit loopy. I'm talking on stream for too long. Just a little guy who loves his friends very much. You give him a thumbs up. So much Island Punch shipping in the chat today. Love to see it. The ships are in the harbor, lads! Wave to them. Wave to them with little handkerchiefs as they pass by. This is what people do when they're bored and don't have things like the internet yet. Is you go out to the harbor and you wave at the boats passing by. It's fun to wave at boats. When I was in college, I went to college in kind of a touristy town. So we had like tour buses that would go around town for like historic Savannah tours. And they would sometimes pass by like our student bus stops while we were waiting, and we'd see like all the Savannah tourists on the little tour bus and they'd stare at us like we were part of the attractions. And so at one point my friends and I got bored. We were waiting for a bus that was taking forever to come, and we decided, hey, you guys want to fuck with some tourists? And we all agreed. It was like, yeah, let's fuck with some tourists. And so what we started doing was whenever a tourist bus would go by, we would start like yelling and clapping for them. We would see a tour bus coming and we'd just go like, yeah! Wow, yeah! We like cheer for them, and we'd make like cold, hard eye contact with them as they drove by. They were generally weirded out, but on the handful of times that like, it was always old women who did it. Old like grandmas would like cheer back at us, and they'd make like rocker hand signs, and I'd be like, yeah, wow! We would just like go all in and be like, yeah! We'd scream even louder. Most of the time people would just look at us like we were fucking crazy. We were just like, yeah, well, this is our town. Not really, we're just here for the school. But we live here 9 months out of the year and you don't, so we're gonna make you feel weird when your weird little tour bus goes by. We're gonna cheer for you like a bunch of weirdos. You're just gonna have to deal with it. It was very fun. We basically did that most weekends when we were trying to ride the bus places. We stopped after a certain point, though, because we just kind of, by the time we stopped, most of us had gotten cars, and so we just didn't ride the bus very much. And we would usually do that while we were waiting for the bus, so, I think we also may have, like, stared at people. Or, like, we did a mix of things, if I remember correctly. Like, we would cheer and clap for them. Sometimes I think we just, like, dead stared at them. I think maybe a few times we might have, like, pointed at the bus as it drove by. I don't remember super well, but I feel like we definitely, like, did our best to spook the tourists. Just because we thought it was fun and we were bored. What are the little children up to? They're doing little kid stuff. Alright. I'm done plotting these pages, which means I'm done streaming. Anything I do past this is gonna be spoilos. So, no mas. Alright, so, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you all enjoyed. The next stream Will be? Okay, I just finished work. I'm ready to Oh, too bad, Jay. Too bad. So, our next stream will be on Wednesday. My brother and I are going to continue playing Bloodborne. And that's going to be fun because I'm not very good at video games, except I'm better at Bloodborne than I thought it would be, apparently. Because no boss has killed me more than 5 times. I've been doing pretty okay so far. And then on Friday, we're finishing the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative, and I can already know that's gonna be a fucking mess, so come watch that if you're into it. But yeah, if you haven't already, go read my webcomic Castoff. You guys just watched me draw it for like 3.5 hours, so if you haven't read it already, you should. Please do, and I hope you enjoy it. Also, hey, if you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, please do that. I just released a new video today about the nightmare experience that I had last year when I tried to buy a house, and there was almost a lawsuit involved, and that was a whole fucking can of business. So, go watch that video. And then, yes, in about 2 weeks, our D&D show will be having our next episode, and since we only play once a month, it's pretty easy to get caught up if you watch the videos on 1.5 speed. So go watch our D&D show What's Left of Us, because our next session will be next Friday, the 31st, and I would love to see some of your beautiful faces in chat. If I see you in the chat when we're live playing What's Left of Us, you will officially join the Cool Kid crew, and I'll give you shoutouts on stream because you're cool. How's that for momentum, for some coercion? Alright, well anyway, I will see you guys next time. Thank you all for hanging out. I will see you guys next time. Fare thee well, friends. Goodbye.